Hey guys, this is Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and I have got for you today not one but two CGC unboxings. Well, we're going to do one in this video, and then in the next video we'll do the second box. We got two orders came in today, both from the post office. They just dropped them off literally minutes ago, and I had the day off from work, and I was excited about getting these, but it was a big surprise because I thought that both of these orders were going to come in tomorrow. That's the alert that we got, and got a knock on my door. My wife says, "Hey Ross, guess who's at the door?" And I'm like, I go scrambling, and there's our favorite postal worker. She comes up, she has two big boxes. Well, they're not huge, but we'll go over that in a sec. But got two boxes. Both orders came in today, not tomorrow. And you may be wondering, because you guys may know that I use FedEx. I have my own account. FedEx really has taken care of the orders, except for, a little bit on one where they didn't deliver to the right address. But why are these from the post office? Well, both of these boxes are from 13 months ago. I had sent these in. These are some of the first orders that I had sent in the CGC when I first got involved with this. I didn't know how to clean and press, but I knew these were good books. So to make sure that I could get these orders in, I think the price was also getting ready to rise up as well. So I sent them in, and I had all these books worked on. Both of them are modern orders. One of them, there was only 10 books in it. The other one was a 25, but I also set a pre-screen on it. And it set it pretty high, and we'll go over that one. I think I'm going to do that box second. I think I'm going to do the 10 book first because it's got some really nice books in it. But guys, let's just get into the box. Let me show you. Got the box right here. We have fragile stickers on here. Haven't had a box this small in a while because I usually don't do orders quite this small anymore. But I remember at the time these were bigger books. I want to say I cut down on this order. These were more expensive books. I know they had different tiers back in the day, but I can't really remember the reason why I only did, I think it was 10. Let's see. What do I have here? I got my list. Yeah. 10 books. Good books, though. So I'm excited about this. I can't believe it's been 13 months on this. And luckily, it hasn't been where I needed to have these books. I knew how long some of these orders were taking, and I wasn't sure, I wasn't in a rush for them. I wasn't necessarily selling all these. I had other ones that I was planning on selling to help pay for this hobby, and there was ones that I wanted to have for the collection. Now these fall into that ladder where I want to keep these in the collection. So I'm looking down. I don't want to look at the grades because this is not a pre-screen right here. This is straight up, the grade is the grade. So it's been a while since I've done one of these. Now remember the last box that I did, order of books where I did, it was in a pre-screen, and I got hit pretty bad. So it's kind of made me lean back to these pre-screens, but I remember this order being pretty small, so let's just see what we got. All right, so we got XMen 97, and this was not an original copy. I had stopped reading X-Men after 95, and I really didn't pick it up again until we got to the arcade stories and right before the Mutant X Protus storyline, issues 123, 24 in that time period. And I went back years later when I was starting to work, and I started picking up a few back issues. They still weren't terribly expensive, but again, I wasn't making a lot when I first started, so I could only pick up a few of these. Let's see what we did on 97 here. 8.0. Now, I'm not going to be upset. Well, yeah, probably will be. Who am I kidding? These are going to be, the grades are going to be the grades, and it is what it is. So I'm not going to have the same kind of reaction I probably would on some of these others. But it'll be interesting to see what the notes say on all of these. But again, books for the PC. Now, I'll tell you, at this time, I probably, in one like that, on 97, I probably will, now I'll start looking out, when I go out to shows and everything, maybe I'll start looking to replace that. Maybe trying to find one that's a better grade. I definitely have had some good luck. All right. Oh, wow. We got Ultimate Fallout #1. This is the second printing. I think there's 2 of them in here. Let me just look real quick. Yeah, I've got 2 of these in here. Like I said, the grade's going to be the grade. Hey, that's not bad. Got a 9.6 on this. I knew they weren't perfect. I knew that they needed a little bit of work. It'd be interesting if I just pulled these out on a PC today, I would have worked on them myself. And I'm not sure what grade tier I would have, well, I shouldn't say grade tier, what grade level if I'd done a pre-screen if I'd put them in. But 9.6 on one of these, that's really nice. All right, I'll be interested to see what the second one does. Yep, got the second one right here. Okay. And I only had 1 copy of the original, and I ended up getting an 8.0 in that, and the back of it had a corner crunch on the bottom left by the spine, and I think I only got an 8.0 on that, and I think I ended up selling it mostly because I just wanted it out of my collection at that point. So I don't have an original first copy anymore. I think I've already gotten one of these back already. I think I had 3 or 4 #2 prints. So let's see I think this will be the last one that CGC actually has in their possession. Woo! All right, look at that. That's awesome. Now again, it's been 13 months. I can't tell you what the damages were back then. I just knew that they probably had some creases along the edge here, and this was definitely probably a better copy than the other one, and ended up not taking much to improve. I probably could have done that one myself. Oh, okay. Now this one is funny. I've actually bought one of these at Baltimore Comic Con last year, sent it in, and I already got it back. I worked on it myself, and I ended up getting, I think, a 9.6 on it. I did really well on that one. So this is my original copy. I had gotten 230, this is 239, 238. I had already gotten back my own personal copy, and I think I got a 9.0 on that. Had the tattoos and everything, and I'd gotten back, that was one of my original first or second orders I had sent in. And I was real happy with this. This did not fall in the same tier as the other one price-wise. So this is just a regular book. You know, it's a little bit more valuable. It's the second appearance of Hobgoblin, of course. See how we did. Okay, 9.2. I'm not upset over that. It's a reading copy. These were my only copies of these books that I had like that back in the day. I bought these books to read, so I was lucky to get that on that. All right, this is something's a little thicker. Okay, I was going to say this case feels a lot thicker. And this is my one and only copy of G.I. Joe Real American Hero #1. And I don't expect a 9.8 on this, but only because I think the crease, this is the cardstock cover in here. I know it had a crease in it. I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping it's high, and I hope they were able to get it out. Let's see. Okay, it's a 9.0. So, just like that XMen, this will be a project now for me. This will be a book that now I will start going out there and looking for. Why wasn't I looking for this before? I don't know. It's because it was in the system. Bases were covered. Now the bases are uncovered. Now I can go out there and I can start looking for this book again. It's interesting. I'll have to take a look at that real close and see if there was anything more that could have been done. Sometimes CCS does a really good job, and there's times when you feel like maybe you could push it a little bit more. All right, now this one, I'm expecting to get knocked on it, and I'll tell you why. Year of the Villain, Hell Risen, #3, and if I remember this right, it looked real nice on the front, but there was a spot on the back, like a smudge spot, and this was real early during my learning how to clean, not really press, but just kind of clean a little bit, try to get some of the dirt off things, I think, and I want to say this is the one, and I think I put a fingerprint basically into the ink. So I'm not expecting something big on this one. I know nothing. I know nothing. Oh my God. This is so far past where this book has really been valuable. I got onto the Punchline. This, of course, is her first cameo appearance. No, I'm sorry, first full appearance of Punchline. And I was so late to the game in this. I love the character. I love the way she was drawn. I love that art germ cover on Batman 92. Or was it 3? I can't remember. Is it? Whichever one. It was the art germ cover. I love that. I got into it late. I probably got onto it, not as the prices were at their peak, but probably pretty close, if not just a little bit coming down slightly, give or take. And since then, the prices have really dropped on these. I have bought this book for a lot less than I ever paid for this one originally. But wow, just getting a 9.8 on that. Man, I'll have to look this over because I swear I put a fingerprint on the back. You see this really orange back here? I think I could have sworn I put a little bit of a fingerprint in that, but that is really nice. All right, let's continue on with this party. This is going pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. This is a book that this is my original reader's copy. I'm not expecting a lot. It needed to be improved. There's definitely some ticks in this. I'm not expecting a big grade on this. My regret on this is at the Heroes Con down in Charlotte over the weekend, I had a chance to buy this twice in really nice condition. Not as good as I really wanted, and I got a little too picky. One was really good. It had one little tick that I didn't like. The other one, I don't know why I didn't buy it. The price was maybe a little too high, but it was signed by George Perez. I should have bought it. And I figured, okay, if I don't find a better copy, because it had a tick as well. If I couldn't find a better copy throughout the show, I was going to go back and buy that. And well, I couldn't find a better copy. So I went back, and not only was the one that was signed already sold, so was the other one at the other place. So I walked away from that show. I had 2 regrets. One being I didn't get this book. And the second one was I didn't pick up a Hulk 340 that I really liked. And same circumstance, I waited a little too long. I had it marked. In fact, I've got photos on my phone where I took those photos so I knew exactly which booth to go back to. Waited a little too long, and well, that's what you get. Now, that's not to say that I didn't get some really good books at that show. And it's probably just as well because I spent too much money as it was. So we'll move on. We'll look for them in the future. But let's see what we did on Teen Titans #2. Of course, this is the first appearance of Deathstroke, the Terminator. All right, it's a 7.5. Not a problem. Not a problem. This is a PC book for me. This is my personal copy. It'll go right up there with my Teen Titans number 44 that I've gotten signed by Perez and Wolfman, and I'll hold on to that. And I'll keep looking for that. I'll replace that someday. Yeah. So no regrets on that. I'm not upset at that at all. Okay. Here is X-Men 115. We've got that great Sauron cover here, John Byrne artwork. And if you watch one of my last videos where I got the X-Men 112 and 110. Now, 112, I got them both from the same dealer. That 112, I clean and pressed myself, and I got it back as a 9.8. The other one was a 9.6. I mean, just spectacular. These books were spectacular shape. I mean, just awesome. The dealer also had 114 and 115 right there, too. And prices were all a little too high. I tried to keep it within budget, and I had this in my hand, and I was about ready to blow the budget, and I'm like, no, don't blow the budget. Just wait till the next show. If he still has them, he still has them. Well, it turned out he didn't have them, so I ended up missing this, and I put it back only because I knew this was in the system. And this wasn't the worst copy that I have in my X-Men collection of these earlier John Byrne, new X-Men and everything, but, you know, we'll see what it is. Let's just take a look. All right, 9.4. That's perfectly good. 9.4 is just about in that sweet spot where I like to have, at the very least, have these books. I'd like to have, at the very least, I'd like to have a lot of these X-Men John Byrne books in the 9.6 range, but this is really good. That's really good. All right. 2 more left in this order, and then we'll close up, and then we will do, actually, I'll shoot the second video. You may not see it for a few days, but it'll still be there. Okay, this is X-Men 137. I think I had 2 copies of this. I don't think this was the original one. I think I bought this one a few years later. I went through this stage in the late 90s, out of college, first couple years of working in the 90s, where I went back and I started buying some of these books that I really loved. And I bought replacement issues of some of these X-Men, these John Byrne X-Men. Not all of them, but a few of them, and this was one of them. And let's see how we did. I think it's a square bound too, so this is why it's in a thicker case. And I'm still kind of easing my way into learning how to press those myself. So even if I wanted to, I probably would not have pressed this myself. All right, let's see what we got. All right, 9-0. Yeah, I got a little scuff right there. As I said, I don't remember the damages on this, but yeah, it's still a really nice presenting copy. There's no color break. The corners are really sharp on the edges here. There's no creasing and everything. I'm going to tell you, for a 9.0, this is really good. It'll be interesting if they actually have some notes in this. Now this I've already replaced. I've already got a 9.6. I bought it probably from Heritage Auctions. So I've already replaced this in my collection. This, I may look for rolls occasionally, but that right there will not be a book that I will be actively hunting. It'll just, if it shows up and it looks like a good price, I may pick it up. All right, last book for this order. As I said, this is only 10 books, and I'm not expecting something big on this one either, because I know the damage on this one was more severe than that other in issue 98. And that 98 I got knocked down pretty good. This one, I want to say, had a subscription crease in it. I mean, it had a crease going up and down right here, and I think it'd be a challenge. It'd be a challenge for me to take it out. I don't know how much effort CCS put into it, but let's just see. Wow. That's really good. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm wow, super happy with that. That's amazing. I didn't expect that at all. I mean, this thing got an 8.0. And I mean, right off, I can't tell the difference between the two of these. I mean, I'm sure that there's obviously something here, but wow, that's, wow, got a 9.4 on that one. That's really nice. I want to say, what's the significance on this? Is this the first time we see Wolverine without his mask? There's something about this. I can't remember right off. It doesn't say anything right there. But anyway, guys, that is it. That is the 10 books in this order. 13 months to get this back. I literally sent this off back in May of 2021. Today is July 6th, and you'll probably see this video here in the next 2 weeks, because I've got so many other videos that are coming before this, and I'm not going to get them out of order or anything, but I wanted you guys to know this so you know how long it took to get these books back. If you send your books in and you have CCS press them, it's going to take a while. Just be prepared unless you fast track things, and I think in those cases you would have to fast track both things, or you have the option, I guess. I'm not even sure. Can you fast track cleaning and pressing and grading? I don't know. But anyway, overall, really happy with this. I'm so happy to have these books, especially getting my Teen Titans #2 back in my collection. Something I can hold on to. I'm not unhappy with the grade. The grade is the grade on that one. So, all right, guys, quick video today. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to watch the next video. We've got it is a modern pre-screen 9.8 where CCS worked on it. I know there's not 25 books graded because I've got the box. It's literally sitting right here. It's just waiting to get opened up. Can't wait to see what's in there. There's definitely not 25 books in there, but maybe 10, maybe only 10 books. And we'll talk about how I'm doing with pre-screens these days compared to my thought process on that. And we'll talk about more of that on that video. So stay tuned for that one in a few days after this. And anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Hit thumbs up if you liked today's video. And please hit that bell notification. That'll let you know when one of my episodes is getting ready to drop. And thank you for everybody who's subscribing to the channel. I hope you're enjoying this content. We are about ready. I'm hoping by the time you see this, we'll be over that 400 mark, but we're hitting As of taping, we're about ready to hit the 400 subscriber mark, and I just appreciate each and every one of you and everybody who reaches out, and I enjoy talking with each and every one of you. So, guys, take care, and I will see you for the next video.